They started a new business called Grama Sintetica, artificial grass landscaping. They put up a bright sign, wore uniforms, and even placed ads. Neighbors saw them carrying soil, hoses, and fertilizer bags. Everything looked perfectly normal. In fact, it looked boring. And that was exactly the plan. Behind those closed curtains, these weren't gardeners. They were building the secret headquarters for a heist unlike anything Brazil had ever seen. Their target was just 78 meters away, the Banco Central Vault, a fortress with reinforced walls, 8 security layers, alarms, and 3,500 kilograms of solid steel. It was impossible to break into from the front. So, they planned to break in from the earth underneath. The mastermind, known only as the Professor, recruited a team of former engineers, construction workers, electricians, and even a mining expert. For weeks, they studied city blueprints, soil maps, and seismic diagrams. Then, the digging began. At first, neighbors heard faint scratches and humming machines. When they asked, the workers just smiled and said, "We're testing new grass-cutting equipment." They even showed them fake invoices. But deep underground, a tunnel was being born. The crew dug in shifts, day and night. It grew to be 78 meters long, 4 meters deep, and perfectly uniform. It looked less like a criminal's tunnel and more like a subway prototype. They moved tons of soil in bags through their fake garden shop, loading it into trucks and disposing of it miles away. Everything was systematic, measured, and carefully choreographed. If a police officer had walked into the house, they'd have seen nothing but a landscaping business. Unless, of course, they lifted the wrong floor tile. After 3 months of non-stop digging, they reached their goal, the underside of the massive Banco Central Vault. The professor had a solution: industrial diamond-tipped drills, cooled with water to suppress both heat and sound. Then, on Saturday, August 6, 2005, they broke through the final layer. At around 10 p.m., the robbers climbed up into the vault. Inside, bricks of cash were stacked like walls. It was all new, uncirculated, money clean, with no serial numbers yet. There were no cameras inside the vault. The plan was perfect. For hours, the men formed a human chain, passing bags of money down into the tunnel like ants carrying treasure. By sunrise, the vault was nearly empty. The robbers vanished. On Monday morning, bank employees unlocked the vault room. At first, nothing seemed wrong. Then, someone stepped inside and froze. The floor was open. A perfectly round hole gaped beneath the cash racks, and the racks themselves empty. $70 million worth of Brazilian reais had been stolen. No guns, no threats, no hostages, and no camera footage. It was a ghost robbery. The manager said, "This is impossible," but it had already happened. News spread like wildfire. Brazil hit by world's biggest bank heist. Police swarmed the area, but the robbers were gone. The house was empty. The fake business dissolved. Only the tunnel remained a masterpiece of criminal architecture. An investigator admiring it said, "These men weren't criminals. They were engineers." For weeks there were no leads. But stolen money creates noise. Some of the robbers grew reckless, buying new cars and houses. Rumors spread, and slowly, police found a thread. A man bragged to an ex-girlfriend. Another showed off cash at a bar. One by one, members of the gang were captured. But the money was disappearing. Some buried it, some hid it in water tanks, Some burned it out of fear. Gang members turned on each other. Only a small fraction of the $70 million was ever recovered. The rest is still missing. As for the mastermind, the professor, his identity remains a legend. Police arrested a notorious criminal leader they believed was him, but many investigators think the real professor was never caught. Some say he fled Brazil, others that he's still out there planning his next masterpiece. The Banco Central heist proved that brilliance can be used for crime just as easily as for construction. These robbers used patience over violence, engineering over weapons, and silence over chaos. The crime was so precise that universities still study it. The tunnel itself is now sealed but preserved, a strange monument to a crime that changed banking security forever. And so the story ends, not with a gunshot or a confession, but with a silent tunnel, an empty vault, and a mystery that echoes to this day. Thanks for watching.